Hi guys, welcome to another video. I'm out in the garage. It was 1 degree out here. I've had the diesel heater run in, so we've just taken it to 4 degrees. Bought myself a new stove, so I've bought myself the new Soto Stormbreaker, which is a liquid fuel or a white fuel stove, and it comes with a gas adapter which gives me the ability to burn white fuel or gas. So no waffling, let's just get straight into it and get the stove burning and show you what you get with the kit. So the kit comes with a stove, a smart pump, a butterfly gas valve, a heat shield, a carry case and a maintenance kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Happy days. So I've got a carry case, so it comes with a little zip by there. Don't know if the heat shield fits in there or what you're supposed to put in it, but nice big pouch. So that's with the pouch that you get. You got your ground cover, so this is an aluminium pad. So it comes with the aluminium foil pad. You can put that on the ground and protect the ground. It's got your fuel pump. Got some settings here which are stop, air, start and run. So you can stick into stop. It's got a little arrow there and the arrow there, just so if that picks it up, to show you what we've got. That pipe goes down into the fuel and then must be in this position as illustrated, where as the stove sits like that, that's in the fuel. Got a little fuel filter on there, and then that's up in the air where the bottle and air would be. Will become clear later. So that's on stop. The butterfly gas stove, so you flick that out, make sure your gas is turned off, and then your feet come out that way, and then your gas sits upside down, which then brings us onto the stove. So it's the same sort of design as the Windmaster, where the flames are protected by this. So you've got the legs that come out, snap into place. You can just see here on the pin, drops down there, and you've got a braided hose, fuel protected cover. There's your stove. So this came with the kit, and it is a 700ml bottle, but as you can see you can only put 480ml in it to this. So there we are. So what we're going to do is make a cup of tea. Okay, don't want my ugly mug in the shot, so with the fuel bottle first, let's move everything out of the way. Okay, my fuel of choice is U-POL System 20 Fast Drying Degreaser S200-5, and this is basically a panel wipe, which in other fuels is a form of Coleman fuel. So I burnt this out, so I just keep my panel wipe in the bottle, and I burn that in my 533, I burn that in my lantern, my North Star lantern, and any other gas white fuel stove that I need, and this will give you no soot and burns really well. It's got a real good ignition properties. You can just leave it in your stove for ages, unlike petrol, which goes off and can soot up and clog up your stoves. This just great stuff, and I find it a lot better. So got a wide mouth bottle. We don't need that. So all we're going to do is fill up the bottle 480ml. So we're about there. Okay, that's about the line. A little bit left in there. So we pop the pump in. Let me see there. Put the pump in, and then this bottle then, it's got this pipe then. Just tuck it in, and hopefully then it'll pop back out. Nice wide mouth bottle. Easy thread. No cross thread in there. And just a little nip. Okay, so on this bottle you've got a safety valve, which you can just see by there. This will pop out when you've got enough pressure in the bottle, and has a little red line on there. So this can take about 200 something odd pumps. It's a bit of an effort to pump it. So I'll bring you back. Okay, that was 55 pumps, and you can just see, bring around just the red line there on the valve that's popped out. Get out of focus, there you are. There we are. So the red line's popped out. When you, obviously we've got full fuel, and when we start going in, I'm sure we'll lose a bit of pressure. We'll have to pump some more in. Okay. Got a little pull back, an adapter comes out, it's on a connector, little connector there, pulls off, and there's your stove. So you lay your stove down like that on the foot, pull your connector back, slip him in, and that's secure. Okay, let's bring in my heat shield. Okay, let's go through a process of this. So currently we're on stop. We click this to start. There. And it's not until I pull this out that fuel and air will start running through the stove. We've got a yellow flame. And while that heats the exchanger up and then evaporating the fuel, after a couple of minutes or so until you judge it, you then click it to run, and then you've got a controllable burn. So we're going to pull the nozzle up and light the stove. So I've got my Soto extendable batten ready. Okay, so we're going to light that first. We're on start. Starting to come through. Got the yellow flame. You can see already now I've lost my my red line. You're losing pressure at the moment on your first burn, because you're burning a mixture of air and fuel, so the air is rushing out of the bottle as well. So the heat exchanger is warming up now, starting to get a blue flame. The yellow's dying off. We can turn this to run now. Now we're running purely on fuel. Maybe I shot a bit early. Any more one. Right, that'll do for now. So we're at full tilt, it's on full fuel. We can knock this down a bit now. I've got the road mic on, so you can see there's no roaring flame on it. That's the sound you're getting. You're quite close to it at the moment. So there we are, we've lit it. Now we can drop this down now. And that's very quiet, you know, the microphone's close. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go through the turning off process, and then we'll pump him up and we'll make a cup of tea. So we're going to turn this to air. There's a bottle, I won't move it now otherwise. What that'll do then is just burn, shut the fuel off. It'll burn the air out the bottle, clearing the fuel in the stove, in the line, and then it'll go out. So we click it to air, burns off, goes out, push, stove's out. Obviously that's going to be hot. Okay, so I'm going to whack some more pressure into that now, and then we'll make ourselves a cup of tea. Okay, so this is my Soto thermal cook set. Turned into a bit of a Soto fanboy, haven't I? I do like their kit. It's Japanese made, and it just works really well. So you can see that's the Windmaster, and it's got the same sort of head, obviously a lot bigger. I'll go out. I've got my thermal cup and my burner. So we're going to put 250ml in. Okay, 250ml in there. Just enough for a cup of tea. Get my stopwatch ready. Okay, so hopefully it's a little bit warmer and it won't use so much at the moment. So we're going to click it to start. Light your burner ready. Pull up the nozzle. We'll go straight to run, I think. I don't like using everything on full tilt, so I'm just going to back the pressure down to about half. Stick it on, start it up. Make the stopwatch on. My tea bag ready. Whack that down a bit. I have noticed blue flames coming up, so if you were to use this and put your lid on, you don't run a risk of burning your lid. So if you've got blue flames coming over the top, then I would not put your lid on. Bubbles already. Just 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute 38, I'll just show you. We have achieved a rolling boil, so turn it to air, let the flames go down. Let's just call it 2 minutes. Not bad, is it? Pretty impressed with that. Turn it to stop. And notice now we've still got the red line. Obviously the first burn warming up, we'll use a bit more. Alexa, set timer 3 minutes.
Second timer, 3 minutes, starting now.
Oh, I don't know what the first one is. I think she's cooking. Right, so we'll have a cup of tea and then we'll do the gas. Okay, while we're waiting, it's great for titanium and it hasn't been 3 minutes yet, it's already handleable. Okay, so my fuel is on stop, that's pushed in. I can now take out the nozzle, put in the nozzle. I'm done with my white fuel bottle. Okay, so I got loads of these little empty gas canisters because you go out in a camp and then you think, oh, there's a little bit left in there. Will it run out? I'll take a new one. Your gas anxiety. Okay, so that is making sure that's off. I'm just going to fold it back into place. We put it in. So, put your gas canister on. It's on there. Take your feet over. You've got your safety attachment there, so again it's the push back and put in adapter. Okay, as far as I can tell, you light it with the gas that way. Once it's going, you invert it and then you run in on your liquid gas. Oh yeah, 3 minutes up. Alexa, cancel timer. You are, Ross. That's to your standard cup of tea. Okay, cup of tea. Right, we'll do 250ml again. Reset the stopwatch. Okay, so we'll turn the gas on. That's lighting. Invert the gas. Crank them up. So that is now open full. You can tell there's a lot quieter. And I've noticed then there's no blue flames coming around the top. Start the stopwatch and put the lid on. So like I said, this is the Windmaster. It's really light. It's a cracking stove for going away. Really controllable flame, so you haven't got it roaring like a jet boil or anything like that. And it just control. You can just simmer your food while you're using it. So the reason I bought this is because you know the best stove in the world and take gas, but if your gas freezes, you've got to take two. You've got one in your jumper when you're using it on the side of the mountain. So when I camped up on the summer solstice, although it was the summer solstice, my gas still froze in the morning and it took me ages to boil water and get my breakfast going. So I bit the bullet. I've bit the bullet and I've gone for a fuel stove as well for colder conditions. Okay, 125. Nowhere near the aggressive heat as the fuel. Still 4 degrees in it. So just coming up to 2 minutes now. So while that boils, we'll just talk about it. So like I say, we've got the stove which pops out, the smart pump, the butterfly gas valve, the heat shield, the carry case, maintenance kit. I think I got it for, and I'll stick the price on the screen now if anybody's interested in it. But I do like the Soto stuff, it's good. 230, we've got a rolling boil. So I'm going to invert my gas. So there's no fuel in the line. I'll burn a couple of seconds, knock him off. 240. So there you are, you've got a more controllable burn, probably be a lot safer if you use this in your vestibule. Don't take my word for it and use it in your tent. It does say on here somewhere, using a well ventilated area. I've got my carbon monoxide tester there. Yes, so it does say to use outdoors only. I'm drinking my tea and have a bonus bit in the video. Just take that off there. Let's disconnect the nozzle. That's off. Fold the arms in. There's a little pop then, no massive psh like you do on some stoves. Okay, so I bought the Soto table. I can't remember the name of it now. Hopefully it's written on there. No. So aluminium camping table. How easy is that? Bish bosh bish. And fold them in, pop it in. Push your feet down. Pop them in. And your stove's done up again. It's quite, it's not over heavy, but camping table. Put your stove on, that on there then. In your tent. No, not in your tent. In your tent. Job done. So I'll be using that on my next camp as well. It's gone Soto mad. Well, I'm going to have some destructions in the bottom of that then. That's called a field hopper. The old brain is taking a hammer at the moment, and it's still taking vast quantities of painkiller in my back. Here you are guys, I hope you found that interesting or helpful if you're looking at a new stove. Like I said, I do personally recommend Soto. Used it for, well, my Soto Windmaster. I've used that. That is my go-to stove now. Everywhere I go, just take it out. Cycling, backpacking, canoeing, and I always have the stove with me. So I'm looking forward to getting out when I can and using the new Stormbreaker. And I'd like to say, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. Oh, if you do want to ask any questions about the stove or anything really, I'll just I do read the comments. Happy to answer any questions. So yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Ta-da.